Well, hello, guys. Happy Tuesday. Before we bring Tony on here, Shane, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, fair to middling.
Yeah, any news for the week?
We had a single engine aircraft, come short of the airport here in Melbourne today. Not, I'm trying to find details now, but I'm not having much luck.
Yeah. And then, Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you can see me or not. I just have a spinning circle on. Can you
No,
see
we can
me?
see you. Yep, we can see
Okay,
you.
good. All right. So yeah, doing good. Looking forward to. I was going to fly today. First time in a while. We'd be able to because the winds died down. But yeah, Friday got an event coming up with Resurgence PG and Kazcan Rhett. Looking forward to that. Uh, Other than that, I'd say that's about it. Still working on those videos.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I think we lost. I think we lost our host.
Yeah,
The host with the most. Was it something I said?
something about videos, and we just froze. What? You can't.
That opening was awesome.
I saw none of it. My computer literally froze up and nothing was happening. I can see you guys at the bottom of the screen, but on the thing that was supposed to be playing, it literally it just didn't come up.
There's Tony Marzano. Congratulations, dude! Flight
Thanks.
number 1. How'd that feel?
Awesome. It was great. Must felt really good.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't know how to elaborate more. I mean, you guys know what it feels like to fly, so you know what it's like when your first flight is.
We do, but I mean, it's just like living. Every time I see someone take their first flight, it's just I'm just sharing those same feelings with that pilot. I know
That's
exactly
cool.
what it feels like. Excitement, that energy. It's just like, yeah, I know what he's going through right now.
Long time of waiting, I'll tell you that.
So, sorry about that. I had to log off and log back on. Hotel internet's not very good. So, Tony, what has kind of tell us from when you first started flying, as far as your skydiving, to where you're at now.
Well, it's been a long, brief hiatus since I skydived, so being in the air felt just like comfortable. I mean, it's like you belong. It was good to feel a wing under you again. It was great. I mean, it's looking forward to a lot more adventures with this stuff. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's definitely a different breed than skydiving is. I mean, skydiving happens, boom, it's over. You're on the ground, pack up and do it again. I'm looking forward to being up in the sky for periods of time and adventure different places.
Right.
And flying low too. That's cool.
Now you've been training up. You've been kind of training up in St. George.
Yeah, my brother and I go up there, and he's the one that has actually been the training. I just kind of overlooked it and kind of did that stuff, and then we were doing it on our own. Because right now the trike buggy that we have, or he has, with a SkyTap Angel, and he's got fuel injection on it, and he was doing the classes with Jake and Craig up there at St. George, and the first flight he had a motor out. And that was like, oh, I'm glad you went first. And then we got some fuel line problems and stuff like that, but we got it fixed out. We got it fixed up. As you can see, we took off at Gene Lake Bed out here in Vegas. It was great having Eric there, talking us through it. It was really cool. It was great. Jade got to fly it, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
I got to fly Thursday.
Yeah. I got to fly that machine, and that fuel injection that is on there, it runs a little differently than the carburetor. It's a little more responsive, and I like the setup. I really do, and I think it's a good setup. I'm hoping to see what the future holds for that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Um, yeah, so after the engine out, the trike buggy ended up in some weeds.
Yeah. Yes, it did. It took 5 of us to carry that thing out.
Okay.
But yeah, it was that thing's built pretty good. I mean, we're big guys, so it needs to be pretty big to hold us up.
Yeah, and when I flew it first to make sure everything was safe to fly, and the machine flew very well. With that
Yeah.
wing,
Cool.
So I was very happy with saying, "Hey, it's airworthy." So, Will, you got questions, or Shane, you got questions?
What are we flying? What's the setup?
It's a trike buggy with a SkyTap Angel with a Monster 185 fuel injected with a Ozone Spider 30 meter.
All right. What is your all up weight on that?
All up weight, you're probably looking at probably close to maybe 350, maybe something like that, maybe
Okay.
around, give or take 10, 20 pounds probably.
All right.
Throttle control. You know what? That's the number one thing that I said to myself. Everyone tells you throttle control, throttle control. I was driving it like a dirt bike. Eric's like throttle, 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 and I'm just like, it really felt like I should be driving it like a doom buggy. But yeah, that's one thing I need to work on is throttle control. Everybody tells you that, which I think you tell yourself that even when you're sitting in there, good throttle control, but yet the brain didn't really commute to the hand of steady, 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 steady. It was on and off, on and off. But that's something to work on.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jade and I came down here to Vegas, and we have some work things going on here tomorrow and Thursday. But we kind of wanted to extend the week so we could spend some time with Tony and Angela. And then we were able to meet up also with Mike, which everybody knows Mike with Mad Sloper.
Yeah, that was awesome meeting him.
Yeah, it really was. And it's
Wasn't it?
cool to be able to reach out and meet these people that you've talked to online. And he brought his electric paramotor out.
Yep.
And so I got to put that on my back and feel the power. And I will tell you, it has. We did it in 2 modes. It had sport mode, and it also has wimpy mode, which I don't know what they call economy mode, maybe. Economy mode had a lot of power. Sport mode was ridiculous power. I mean, to the point where it was freaky to go to full power, and it's not like the Moster power where you squeeze the throttle and it slowly ramps up. It's very instantaneous. And I honestly feel it had more power than the gas 185. Now he says that an hour-long flight, and I think that's going to satisfy a lot of people out there. But it's chill mode and sport mode. I guarantee most of us would get up in chill mode. Matt Sloper just piped in and said it's chill mode, but it was impressive. It was very nice. I would like to.
Nice unit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was cool.
It is a nice unit.
It's amazing how much it broke down too. I mean, it was like I'm like, did you even bring it? And he's like, oh yeah. Brings out this small bag, and all of a sudden, boom, here's a paramotor. It's like, wow, that was slick.
Yeah. But it was neat. It was neat seeing. It was neat. The throttle is just a plastic throttle that has a rheostat inside of it, and you don't have that cable, but you do have a line that has the wires running through it. So that was kind of odd that you don't have a lot of resistance when you're holding it in your hand.
Yeah.
But no, that was a pretty clean.
And his meter was on the bottom of his gauge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
It tells you everything on it, which
Right?
that was. You could look and see how much power you have, and also when he brought that out to us, it was not at full power. That's where I would say, I could see where if you took off and you squeezed that throttle in sport mode, you got to really worry about, riser twist from the torque. So, but
That was
that was
good.
that was good. So, Tony, where do you live in the United States?
I'm in Las Vegas, baby.
Las Vegas. Yes.
Yep.
And this is my first time in Las Vegas, and I realized very quick that you will get high walking down the streets, and you're not smoking. Everybody is smoking weed on the streets.
Well, it's legal here.
It is
Tony-
legal.
Tony, are
Yep.
you flipping anything or messing with something with your hands?
Am I flipping something?
Yeah, like I don't know if it's your microphone or I don't know if you were.
What? I thought Eric
No.
set us up so we wouldn't have a problem.
No, that was the problem.
I can hear. I can hear it too.
If you're flipping
So,
something with your hand or tapping something, then we can hear it. Whatever.
I'm not flipping anything.
All right.
Yeah.
I just
But
saw that YouTube famous person walking back on there, Eric.
yes. Let's see yeah. So that was kind of different than walking in downtown Tomahawk, Wisconsin. And then clothing is optional here. I've
You
noticed
do
that.
see some quite interesting characters, don't you?
Yeah.
Wait till we go to Fremont Street.
We actually went to Fremont Street today for a brief amount of time. And that was, I want to go back because I think that is more of where I belong. I don't belong in the new Las Vegas. I belong in the old Las Vegas. 2 reasons. One, I can afford it because it's not as expensive as here. And also, it was just cool seeing the older casinos and stuff like that. But one thing I would like to ask Tony is we took Tony and Angela out for dinner last night. And this was so funny. The time that we had there, and it was a restaurant called Blackout. And you walk into this room and you cannot see 2 feet in front of you, but the waiters and
2
waitresses.
feet? You don't see an inch in front of you.
No, they have night vision goggles. They sit you down and they serve you food. So, Tony, tell us about your experience at Blackout.
Oh, it was an experience. I'll tell you. Caught myself right there just saying. It was the waitress says, okay, put your hand on my shoulder, and it was like a train. Everybody put their hands on the shoulder and they follow us and then into a room, and it's pitch black. I mean, the blackest of black you can imagine. And we sit down, you feel yourself, and then there's you know nothing. You just start touching everything on the table, like you feel a plate, which I think I spilled 4 or 5 waters, maybe a couple beers. I'm not sure, but it was. And then it was getting a little freaky because it was like my eyes are wide open and I can't even. And so the waitress brings me a little glow ball. And it's like, those little neon things that you can break open. Not that bright, but like that. And so I'm sitting there looking at the stuff, whatever. And then Jade took it from me. She took my ball, so I had nothing again.
Whoa! Another man bites the dust.
But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, Jade was misbehaving. She kept taking Tony's ball, and then she kept reaching over the table and tapping on Tony's shoulder, which I think we actually only needed 3 chairs at that restaurant because at the end of the night, Tony was sitting on Angie's lap.
Oh, I thought that was your lap.
You were hoping it was Eric.
What really freaked me out is when I had her hand, I had her hands in my hands, and then somebody touched my neck. That was wild. It was a good
That
time.
would be creepy, no doubt. And
I
you
still don't have no idea what we ate. I have
when you
no
say
idea
it's
what I was
dark,
eating.
when you say it's dark, it's like pitch black, right?
Pitch black.
Like
You
your
have no idea.
background.
You're eating with your fingers, and I
I
still
could-
have no idea what we did. They even tell us what we had afterwards? I don't remember.
Well, we looked and see what you had.
What did we have?
Um,
Because most of it was in my lap
Or in mine.
or in your lap.
right. I don't remember everything that was on there. But it was it was normal food.
It was normal food. There was some squishy shit squishy crap that I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And there was a lot of bad touching going on, I believe.
I think so.
I already called it on Facebook. Who was touching whose legs?
Yeah, I saw
Right.
it.
So,
That's right up your alley, Shane. You would have liked it.
Did you plan on sharing any video of his launch other than what you showed in the intro, which was awesome, by the way? That was a really cool
thank
intro.
you. We had GoPros going in every direction, but that whoever shot that video that I got was the only one that we had for the takeoff.
I got some good video of Jade, though.
Yeah.
Jade was a badass. She got in that thing and just took off and came in and skimmed.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, so we did have some good video of Jade flying. I saw one of me flying, and we also have video of Paul, which is Tony's brother, his takeoff.
Yeah, it's actually his equipment. So,
yep, both of the landings that they did were phenomenal. Very good landings. So, now what is your future for paramotoring?
well, it's going to start at the lake bed. That's where a lot of the weekends and places I'm going to, start where you're going to practice. I think that's the greatest place. If you get an out, you don't have to worry about finding a place to land. It's big open desert. I think it's a great place to learn.
So how far is that from your house?
It's about 45 minutes, if that.
Yeah. No,
What's Shane laughing at?
Bill H wrote in there, it's a swingers PPG club we went to last night.
And I can't stop laughing.
So, Brian Waller wants to know, does Tony plan to buy gear?
Absolutely. My brother's always been the guinea pig, just like in skydiving. I mean, he started it. He's the one that got me into it. I saw how it worked, and then I'll get into it. The only thing I didn't get into is when he flew helicopters. I was like, that's right down the line. And that was pretty expensive for him, too.
Yeah.
Way more expensive than this sport, I'll tell you that.
So where this lake bed is, it is about 15 miles out or so?
Yeah, it's about 15 miles out of Las Vegas, the strip area or whatever. And it's just a big open dry lake bed. Matt Sloper lives out here, so we met him, and he was out here, so he knows all about it. And we're gonna hook up with him. He's and he's soared off some of those ridges over there, and definitely looking forward to hooking up with him and flying with him. He's a cool cat. I like him. It's gonna be cool. There's another guy that trained up at St. George. His name is Blake, and he lives here too. So we're gonna hook up with him. There's a few guys that live here that we're gonna get together and start a little club. And it's a good place to fly. The only thing is I worry about is a lot of not a lot, but there's helicopters that come buzzing around. I mean, you saw it, Eric, that helicopter that came in flying low. So it happens. I mean, I think we need a transceiver so to let them know that we're out there, and that, like you said, also the strobes. We're gonna get those put on that thing. Be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll measure up those spars and I'll 3D print you some strobe light mounts.
Yeah, that'd be great. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Will, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was looking at the section. It sounds like someone's got a rubber ducky or something going.
Riggs,
Tony?
is that yours?
I was looking at the sectional, and it looks like Vegas is Class Bravo, so which is a big airport. But there's a wide open space to the west. Is that basically where you guys go?
There's a place off a little farther than that, and it's by Prim. Mads Loper was telling me about it, where he used to go out there and fly and stuff. So not quite sure. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Let me just. This is not. I'm going to share the screen just briefly, and figure out how to do it. There we go. Share. Do share screen. Okay. So this one right here, and I don't expect you to know the sectional chart, but basically this is Vegas, and then
My brother will understand this shit. Oh crap! I don't know this stuff.
Well,
He's
but
trying to teach me this stuff, but I have ADD. I don't know, or ADHD, whatever that shit is.
Just pretend it's a regular map. This is Vegas. Do you guys go out west? Like Eric, you could even answer this probably. I mean, where's that? Where did you guys go from Vegas? Did you go east, west, north, south? What?
It's right off the 15, Will. 15 south.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it because I don't know that area at all.
I couldn't tell you on the map because it.
Okay.
No.
Any idea, Eric?
Eric's froze again.
Oh man. Well, anyways, I just looking at just this one little section here. Looks like there's going to be plenty of places to fly.
Okay, if you take, I keep going in and out of internet here. Let me see here. Let me zoom into this.
It's right by Jean Airport. You should see the Jean Airport. It's like maybe, I don't know, 3-4 miles away from Jean Airport. Just north of it.
So, JP Tulo said he went with Shane and Krista to get ice cream the other night.
Yeah, via Facebook Live.
Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty cool.
We almost didn't get served, just so you know.
Yeah, she was giving you a hard time. You were not a card. You're going to get yourself hurt, she said.
Oh, if she only knew my friends, she'd be less worried.
Okay, Angela says it's 15 miles south of Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right before Prim. There's a lot of places to fly out here, actually.
Yeah.
It's just the winds.
So even on the what is that? Is that a salt bed or just a desert or where you guys?
Washed up lake bed.
Okay, so the winds can get pretty high there too, right?
Oh yeah. What's nice though is because you'll see the dust devils. It's not because you'll see them, but it's early morning flight, or late evening flights. You're not flying midday.
No, and Tuesday it was 90 degrees or so, and so we had a small window.
Yep.
We had a small window in the morning to fly.
Yeah, we did. Eric's like, "You want to go around again?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I do." And then all of a sudden, I just got really rocked. I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm coming down."
So, here, this is Travis's. There's Travis's comment. Don't share your LZs with weirdos.
Sorry.
Dang, man, you okay?
There ain't enough people I got to worry about that's watching this that I have to worry about. And actually, who's watching? How many people? 21?
Yeah,
21. Come on out. We'll have a party.
There you go.
Most of the listening happens over the podcast.
It's no, it's a good place. We camp out there quite a bit, so it's fun.
Yeah. And it's
Bill,
big enough to where there was other people out there running four-wheelers
Oh, yeah.
and dirt bikes, but you're spread so far away from everybody that
Yeah,
everybody
you
has
don't have
to.
It's you don't have to worry about loud generators and shit for a crowd.
Yeah, right. You don't get people shutting them off in the middle of the night.
hey, let's just say Tony has Tourette's. So
Yeah, yes, I do.
And then let's see. I'm just looking in the chat here. JP's still worrying about his ice cream. Still wanting his peanut butter ice cream.
is JP going to Bad Apples? I'll bring them some.
Yeah, you've got my ice cream still, Shane, in your freezer.
Uh-oh. It's probably no good by now.
Better be good.
Why would you leave that crap in my refrigerator or
You
freezer?
know it's gonna be back.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask Kristen when she comes in here if we still got your ice cream.
Well, that's not something that I mean. I have never experienced flying a desert or any kind of like long bed or anything like a salt flat or whatever, and it's on my bucket list to do. So I could just. Is it pretty much you can launch in any direction? You just kind of set out in the middle, or
Yeah, pretty much.
you just drive out like a few miles and then you can take off any direction.
If you're good enough, yeah.
Do you know how smooth Bad Apples, the Hodges Field is?
Yeah.
Exactly like that. It's just the bottom of a lake bed, so it's very smooth. It the one thing is it's dusty, so you do get that dust on your wing. But I'm sure the second you go up in the air, it's gone.
Just like anybody that went to Salton Sea. Before we even flew, we went to Salton Sea to see what a fly-in was, my brother and I, and it's exactly the same kind of terrain.
Yeah.
Wonder how that affects your motor, that dust. I mean, it's breathing the same air we are, so.
Yeah, it goes in, gets compressed, and goes out the exhaust.
Jeez.
So, Tony, what fly-ins are you going to besides Bad Apples?
What's that?
What
Besides what?
fly-ins are you going to besides Bad Apples?
Quit talking to Angela about that shit, will you? Or crap. I thought you were swinging by and picking us up.
Right. Trying to convince them to fly down the Bad Apples and we'll pick them up down there somewhere.
I mean, you were willing to fly out to see him. I don't know why they can't fly out to see you. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Well, in July, I'll be back in Wisconsin. My sister still lives there.
There you go. There you go.
That's still out west, isn't it, Shane? Wisconsin's still out west to us.
Yeah.
Everything's out west to you.
So you got to come east, man. I can guarantee you, if you make Bad Apples, you will not be disappointed.
It sounds like it. That's probably the biggest fly-in there is, isn't there?
It was last year.
And they only get bigger. They never really shrink, do they?
Well, I think with the gas prices, you're going to have some problems for a lot of people traveling extra distance with the gas prices. I mean, if they come down, then I think it could be bigger than last year. But I also think that the gas prices are going to be a major contributor to a lot of people not going.
Yeah.
I'm wondering the same thing, Shane. I wasn't thinking about the gas prices. That could play a role for sure. I was thinking more along the lines of COVID, you know, and the pent-up demand that it caused. It was right there. It was like the main flying we could all attend after all that was after the COVID thing happened.
Right, and you have a lot of people that hadn't been able to do anything, and now they got the go ahead, so everybody took off to do the Bad Apples.
Yeah,
I would like it to be as big as it was last year, but I don't. Me personally, with the gas prices, I mean, like Mark, Mark spent $600 just to come to Florida for the weekend or for a long weekend in fuel, and that is quite a bit of money just to come and hang out with a couple guys and fly for the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like to see it be as big or if not bigger, but I think it's going to be difficult with the gas prices like it is.
See, I would like to see it as big, but I don't want to see it bigger. I mean, it was perfect last year. I'm afraid if it gets too big, it's just gonna. I don't know.
Well, if it does continue to get big, it's going to get to a point where they'll limit the amount of pilots that are going to be showing up. So,
Yeah.
Dan said that the where was that?
Daniel Rouse said something about Blackhawk next month.
Yeah, Blackhawk Fly-In is next month.
There's a fly. What's that called? Blackhawk Fly.
It's not too far from Vegas. Dan, if you have the information and can post it.
It's probably about 3 hours from here, I think Blackhawk is.
Yeah. Dude, I would take him up on that. I mean, that would be a beautiful area to fly.
Oh, yeah. I always wanted to go up to Blackhawk. I remember looking into this. Blackhawk was one of the first that came up. And then, when you see Heidi.
Yeah. My favorite video, I think it was Blackhawk that did it. It might have been Heidi, but they were showing how to pack a wing, and she was like rolling over the wing. Have y'all seen that video? She was just kind of rolling.
Uh-huh. I like it when she tried on the kiting harness, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So is that fly-in? Is that popular? I mean, I didn't know Blackhawk had a fly-in.
Valley Springs, California.
April 19th to the 24th, Blackhawk Ranch.
Yep.
I'll definitely check that out. That's not that far at all.
So, if you know how many people were at the last Blackhawk fly-in for the chat, if anyone knows, or if you attended it, how was it?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I thought about that trike that Mike Robinson had or whatever, but he said it wouldn't fit the sky tap. I had a lot of problems we had a lot of problems trying to find a good trike to fit that sky tap for some reason. But that trike bolted right up to it.
Yeah, that worked out well.
That worked out great. Thanks, Eric.
So tomorrow morning, the winds are going to be 3 miles an hour and sunny. Are you working?
I am working. We're going Thursday and Friday. I took off.
All right, let's see what Thursday brings. Thursday brings 3 miles an hour with 4 mile an hour gusts.
Oh, that's
now, hold on. This is going to be the killer for you guys. It's only going to be 53 degrees, so we'll be there in shorts.
No, you won't. Not 53 degrees. That's cold for us.
No, Blackhawk isn't. That's not Dell's. That's not associated with Dell. That's the Blackhawk Ranch, right? That's the school,
right? So, and actually, Friday looks nice. Saturday looks nice.
It looks great from here on out. And then it's just going to get too hot. You got to go super early in the morning, and that's about what you're going to get. Maybe not even evening flights.
Yeah.
Heats up. That desert will heat up too much during the day.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Well, it's a pretty good place. What do you think, Aaron? Pretty good place to fly? No?
I think it's a very nice place to fly. That would be a good place to have a little fly-in.
Right?
It is the it is pretty nice. I like it.
Cool.
So
there you go about the number of pilots.
Yeah.
At the fly-in. So that's a nice fly-in.
Yeah. I like that.
I'm serious, man. I'd be all over that. I was 3 hours away. That would be.
Yeah. When we went to Salton Sea, that was I don't know, that was about maybe 5 hours away. And then Arizona, the Flying Circus, that's about 5 hours away. So 3 hours, that's very doable.
Yeah. Here. Matt Silver, evening flights are good. 1 hour before sunset.
Right? That's perfect for electric.
Say it again.
Perfect for electric paramotor. You only got about an hour of flight on a battery, right? Isn't that what he said? About an hour?
Yep. Perfect for an electric paramotor. So Mike's asking if anybody knows how to get in touch with anybody for Frogtown flying in Indiana. So if somebody knows that answer, please reach out and get some information. Just looking. Yeah, there's. Yeah, because they you got some mountains on 3 sides of that lake bed. So if winds do pick up, you're going to get a lot of turbulence in there. So you're just going to have to look at your higher elevation.
Hey, Eric, real quick.
Yes, sir.
The places that Angela and Tony have taken you, has it been as good as Dirty Bingo on Beachside here in Melbourne?
Dirty Bingo is fun. But but out here it's just a totally different things we've done. Okay, so this is the truth. They live here, so they don't go do the touristy stuff. So we've been dragging them. They're probably hoping we go home soon.
Yeah.
We're going to convince you to move out here.
I tell you what, it is nice. I mean, Jade and I were talking, okay, this area is nice. May get a little too hot in the summer, but we would have to live way out of town. I told Jade if I was here by myself, I would not leave the hotel complex.
You know, you need to check out Eric at Pahrump. You'd like Pahrump.
I'm sorry.
The Pahrump. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Florida is the place you want to come to, Eric.
If you like humidity and bugs that can pick you up and take you out of here, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like Tony won't pick you up and take you to a dark restaurant.
He's got a point.
Poisonous snakes, poisonous spiders, alligators, crocodiles, sharks.
Yeah.
It's endless. Sounds almost like Australia.
You just fly over it all. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I think I saw some girls that were wearing feathers.
Oh, the flamingo girls. That's what they're called.
Yeah, they flock together, I heard.
They do. You get your picture taken with them, too. They're all over the strip.
So,
Linda Anderson lived there for 20. No, that's Arizona, though. She lived in Arizona for 40 years.
And it actually gets hotter in Arizona than it does here.
That's because Linda was there.
15 degrees. Yeah, it does.
There's Travis's comment.
Why is Florida better?
Why? Because I'm here, sold. 2, not that far from Will, sold. 3, not that far from McElroy, sold.
No, I can't do humidity, man.
And 4, you're super far from Eric and Jade.
Yeah. Tony, what are you worried about? Your hair getting frizzy?
No, I don't have any hair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What are you worried about?
Humidity, breathing.
You just cut it with a knife and walk through it. You'll be fine.
You just kind of swim through it.
Yeah.
Hey, there is that. I mean, I'm real familiar with Florida's weather. It would be nice to temper the humidity just a bit. Take a little bit of that Vegas dry air and put it over in Florida, that would be perfect. But Florida has always had the perfect freaking winters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the coldest we had this year was 40. No, actually, I take that back. I forgot I was backpack camping. It was 29 degrees when we woke up over in Sorrento, Florida. We were hammock camping and woke up. It was 29 degrees. And it was like that for about 4 hours. And then it got up over 80 that day. So it was fine.
Yeah, don't you guys get hurricanes too?
Yeah.
Okay, there's another check mark on the no.
What's
You
a
guys
hurricane?
get those dust storms, though, don't you?
Yeah, we get a few. Very rare did you get big dust. Arizona has more dust storms than anybody. We don't get that many dust storms.
Yeah.
Was yesterday considered a dust storm?
No.
Oh,
Sure felt like
You get a little dust on your engine.
It's
Dust storm.
So do you get any dust on your bottle?
on my what?
Any dust on the bottle?
A little bit.
Come on, no country singers here or country music people here.
right.
Yeah, I love country music, but I don't know what song that is. Dust on.
It's dust on the bottle. It's literally like
I was thinking dust in the wind.
Oh, Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next, what do we have coming up for fly-ins? What's going to be our next fly-in?
Apparently
Major.
Blackhawk.
Yeah,
Well-
Blackhawk.
I know Paramotor NC's having a thing in April. It's hush hush quiet quiet, so I can't talk about it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's get together.
I did hear that Will is willing to be the little spoon, and that Krista and I are going to share the bed with him. And
That
So
would make it a little spoon.
well, yeah, it's going to be you, me, and then Krista.
Yep.
You, me, I gotta do the math
Real
there.
beast, you never sleep, right?
Me. Why can't I be on the end?
You are on the
Walter in there?
yeah. Like, not talking.
Oh, I'm not reading the chat. Walter.
Say hi to
Hey,
The
Walter.
next big thing is gonna be bad apples, I guess.
yeah.
Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And yeah, so Shane, you are going to Ben's get together?
What's that?
You are going to Ben's get together then.
Yes, I spoke with him, and I will be going there for his flying. Yes,
Hopefully Brian's gonna make it too. I hope. Come on, Brian, you can make it, man.
we are going to be roomies once again. Will.
Right on.
And where is that located at?
And yeah, by Charlotte.
Okay.
I'm hoping to be able to slalom the poles that Will did in his video.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him the other day if he had taken those poles out.
I was going to say this is his property there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nobody tell anybody about.
I'm
I
not-
think we lost him again.
We lost him again.
Man.
So Tony, man, serious. I know I've said it already, but that first flight, that's an amazing accomplishment. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I love it.
So, I mean, I'm kind of curious as to like what were the thoughts going through your head when you left the ground? What did it like, take your breath away? Did it spook you a little bit? What you were expecting?
I was expecting a lot more response by pulling on my toggles. Were not much response besides when you pull down a little bit for lift. But when I went to go turn, I mean, I was like thinking I was gonna grab a toggle and I was gonna start banking, but I was like, I'm barely turning. But the throttle control, that's I think that was my number one thing that I was worried about and focusing on and need to work on. That was throttle control. Other than that, it was great, man. It was awesome.
So like if someone was new and they heard you say throttle control, like you're talking kind of like jockeying the throttle as you're
Yeah,
launching.
you're not riding a dirt bike.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I was treating it like. I was riding it like a dirt bike. I was, giving it, letting it go, and I wasn't very steady at all.
Was it a commitment type of thing? Like you weren't sure you were ready to commit and you kind of back and forth? That's how it was for me.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know if it was a commitment thing, but it was like when I wanted to give it gas, it was like it surge, and then it was like, oh, I wanted to keep it or keep that, and then I'd let go. Like, okay, this is good, but then I'd let go instead of keeping it there where your wing would keep it with it, But I said to myself too, throttle control, and it didn't compute.
Well, I'm sorry, Eric. I just want to say one more thing. From what I saw, that was just a taxi practice you were doing, anyways. I think. Is that right, Eric? When you were practicing the taxi?
It was a taxi practice. What he wanted to do is taxi first and then see how things went. But as he was taxiing, when we finally got that throttle under control, I did say, okay, now go ahead and start squeezing that throttle, give it full throttle. And, when you start feeling that lift, give it a little bit of pressure, get the wheels off the ground. And that's exactly what he did. And then it was, you could hear him let off a little bit. And I'm like, no, throttle, more throttle, more throttle to get him altitude, to get him into the safe zone. So,
right.
And once he got up there, he just maintained his altitude and he did good. And that's when I asked him, do you want to go around one more time? And it was, heck yeah. And then I think he felt a bump. Heck no, I'm coming down.
That's exactly what happened. I was like, yeah, I want to go around. All of a sudden, I just go, oof. I'm like, all right, it's time to come down. Okay, let's land this thing.
We brought him back into a headwind, and he slowly let off the throttle, started floating down, and he did everything correctly. Flared.
Yeah, he told me to kill the motor, killed the motor, and came right in. And it was great.
Yeah, both him and his brother did very well landing and taking off. So it was definitely, I would say, a success.
Yeah,
looking forward to more. For sure.
Well, Eric, you were a part of that. How did that feel, man?
It felt good. Talking them up into the air, it feels natural because all you're doing is exactly what you do when you are sitting in that trike. So all I was doing is repeating what I would be doing over the radio. And, he was receptive to everything that was being said. And he did everything right. So that was a definite good thing. And his brother was the same way. I would like to say also a shout out to Paul. Thank you for letting us use your vehicles or your truck. And it does have a pretty good suspension. We took it into the mountains and we did get it airborne a few times.
You can be like, you ain't never going to beat it like his brother does.
No, it's very convenient. We got it made. They set us up with a vehicle. They set us up with everything. So worked out real nice.
So you're saying, Eric, you got another truck stuck? I mean, what is it with you and trucks getting stuck?
Exactly. No, and actually Jade's sitting there going, I really kind of like this truck. Maybe we should look into getting the truck and trading in the Buick. It's like, geez.
You got a Buick?
A truck.
So,
looking at that big wide open space, man, I can see how an instructor and a student can go out in a big wide open area like that and in no time flat. It has to make learning a lot easier. You're not having to worry about trees or buildings or hangers or whatever. And it's not like you got to pick the wing up and then tote it all the way back. I mean, heck, you just keep going, you know?
Yeah. No, it's nice out there.
Well, I'll be
It's
honest.
good
I
having
was
Eric in
there.
my ear though too. Though I was, he was.
I was there for the easy part, because he's already done training. Him and his brother has been working with a different place. So, instructor. And so for me to just step in and say, okay, well, let's do this. That was the easy part. For me anyways. For them, it was probably a little nerve-wracking, because they don't know what to expect once they get into the air. Well, Paul would. He knows what to, he's been in the air. It was a shorter amount of time, but
Yeah, he had that motor out at St. George. That was the one that we had to bring the
Right.
trike up. But yeah,
so
it's a nice place out there. It's like you can have little oops and this and that, and not worry about like Will was saying, trees and buildings or something else like that. Where St. George, it's a park. You take off, you got houses on one end, you got trees and a river going through on the other. I mean, it's
right.
Yeah.
obstacles.
Yeah, and those obstacles are very difficult for a new student to that's just like something that shouldn't even be part of the equation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
I
that's
agree.
what I had in my training when I first started was hangers on one, balusters on the other, and a thin, narrow grass strip.
Yeah. No, I think
Well,
the Olympics is a perfect place to learn.
Yeah, it causes a few things because on top of what they're seeing in their peripherals of buildings and trees and hangars and this and that, it also creates turbulence and rotor with the wind.
Right.
So we have this wide open space that, I don't, miles of wide open space. And it was a perfect situation. So hopefully we'll have that on Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely.
So we'll try to get you up again. Let's see. I'm actually going to step out. There's been a few people that want to see that intro again. So
Got a whole lot of house, let me tell you. Yeah. St.
Right.
George.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a code in the chat, and then anybody that would like to come in can. And I'm going to play that intro again because a few people are asking about it. So I will do that, and then we'll be back on, and then I'm going to have to go. So let me find that again, and you guys can continue talking.
Well, thanks for having me on your show, Eric, and thanks
Yeah.
for signing my PPG Bible.
I got to sign the Bible right
Yep.
next to Kyle Oakley.
Yeah.
So,
And Jade, Flying Flamingo.
yeah.
Well, Eric's more important.
I needed Mad Sloper. I didn't have my PPG Bible with me when I met Mad Sloper. Kind of upset about that.
Right.
But
Hey,
I'm gonna see him plenty of times. I'll get his autograph. Don't worry.
Doesn't Jade have a show coming up?
She does. She has a show tomorrow, and you can find that on paramount.com. And the show is Girls Just Want to Fly. And she has on, hold on a second, Jade. A skydiver.
Hey, I just want to say tonight I had a little trouble staying alert because this shirt that I got from Tomahawk Tees is so comfortable and soft that it was a little hard tonight to stay focused because I was so relaxed.
Good thing you don't have the pants on.
Oh, I know. No, luckily for you, I don't have my pants on. Or those pants on, I should say. But yeah, Tomahawk Tees has a whole variety of t-shirts, pants, hats, stickers, whatever. What else, Eric?
That's Jade's stuff that she does. She designs it and she puts it on. She has all type can cozies, glasses, mugs, coffee mugs, shirts, pants, hats. So
you just got that nice, comfy, cozy shirt that Jay just gave to you? Is that?
Yeah, Krista has one. She's not even a paramotor
Oh,
pilot.
Krista got one too. Okay.
It just says paramotor white on her shirt. But
Did
yeah,
Jack get one?
huh?
Jack and Evil, did they get one?
I don't know if I know Jack got one. I don't think Evil got one yet.
Yeah, okay.
But I heard it was in the mail. She's a extra small, and Jack is wearing a schmedium, so he looked ripped.
Will, yours got sent out. Yours got sent out months ago.
Oh, really?
It did.
Okay.
Will, you might
In the mailbox.
hey, Will, you might have some porch pirates that check out anybody in the area wearing a paramotor pilot shirt.
Yeah, a homeless person.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this. I just want to say thanks for watching the show, everybody. Tony, stay on, and you guys can sit there and chat. And I think Jade might come in here when I go to change, but here we go.
Not to swear.
Yeah, I can't swear. Hold it back now. Are we after?
Look at Jade looking all purdy like.